What's up, Council of Comics? It's movie news, and we'll review Indiana Jones. We'll be right back. What's up, Council of Comics? It's Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade, and box office news. We'll be right back.
Yeah. Shout out to Madness. Yeah. Rogue Nation 845. Bro.
A little After Effects, sorry. What's up, Council of Comics? It's, oh my God, we're on episode 24. Wait a minute,
Yes.
24 weeks.
Soon hitting that milestone 25th issue, double sized. You know what I mean? Foil edition.
Is it the, no, you don't do foil at 25. I mean, if you're cheeky,
It's
you
a,
do foil at
it's
25.
a, yeah, they always celebrate it. Oh, we
Also,
lost Green Shirt Guy.
apparently we lose Ronaldo, too.
Come back, Green Shirt Guy. Come back. So, yeah. What's up, Council of Comics? We're on episode number 24 of the movie and box office news. Of course, we're doing part 3 today of our Indiana Jones trilogy, or, you know, well,
Quintilogy.
it's gonna be a quintology, whatever, you know. What I mean? Is it Quinn?
Yeah.
The best one. We're doing
So
the best
that
one
what's that,
tonight.
Phil?
Wait, which laser disc is that? Oh, it is Last Crusade.
Nice.
Oh, is it Steel
Yeah.
Steeled?
It has nice.
Oh,
Wow.
very nice.
Nice. Dope. So yeah, we're gonna talk about The Last Crusade today. In my opinion, top 5 movie of all time. After watching it again today,
I don't know about that, but it's good.
it hits all the notes perfect for me. Like it's just every note for me personally. Top 5.
I think it's like the tightest of the Indiana Jones.
Yeah.
stories
It is,
and
yes,
stuff.
definitively.
Yeah.
Like I think
Like-
it might be. I don't know if Raider is like the better movie, but I do like. I think this one might be like my favorite.
Oh,
Yeah.
I know it's my favorite. It's the most.
Because like
cohesive
Miriam
things
is
in it.
my favorite like indie girl, but like my favorite like indie companion would be his dad, Sean Connery.
Yeah.
Although I was so happy for more Sala, I was very excited.
So it was great.
And Brody finally gets some play in this movie.
Yeah, I thought it was
Marcus
very interesting
Brody.
how they chose to weave those characters back in. Sala made the most sense, but like Brody, like being a little bit integral to the plot was like,
yeah, being in on the
shocking.
adventure.
yeah,
Yeah.
it was like, oh my God, you could die. Actually, by the way, I really like that because Brody is exactly the kind of character that you actually have to worry about because he's not Indy and he's not Indy's dad, so he can die. You know, he's not lead character enough. You actually have to worry about his survival. You're like, oh my God, he could actually die in the scene. Like,
You
But
know
he's
they're not
like-
gonna kill him, but you're right.
He's like one of those innocent characters that has the glow on them. Like no matter what they do, they're gonna get through okay.
but the thing is, we have movies where you lost the character with the glow, right?
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. He's that perfect little bubble of, hey, there's one guy who might actually not make it.
Well,
Yeah.
and the other thing is, Indy plays it off like he's going to be the one that's fine because
Yeah.
he can blend in
He can
anywhere.
blend
He
in.
can be- yeah,
But it's all just one more big lie. It's beautiful.
right.
Yeah. A couple other things. Bad Batch we're gonna do a review in the shop, but those 2 episodes of Bad Batch were incredible.
I'll tell you what, that last one was awesome.
Blown away from the music to the storyline. Like the clone story is just so like integral to the whole Star Wars thing. Kamara says, "What's up?
Come on.
What up, Miss Carrington?"
Hello.
So yeah, we watched that. We also watched we haven't watched, we're gonna watch tonight. So you guys can talk about it, but no spoilers, please. Last of Us. I know
Good
it came out on
episode.
Friday. Yeah.
Oh, be
For me,
prepared.
this is a
cry.
Yeah.
I
For
mean,
me,
but
this
like
is-
cry. The only way I would cry is if we lost one of the first two characters. I don't think we're gonna lose that.
For me,
You
this
think
is
you
the
don't know how to
second best
cry?
episode.
This episode's gonna teach you something about crying.
This is,
About crying.
this is the second best episode of the series for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
I watched it yesterday. I haven't seen Bad Batch. I put Bad Batch on to like try to catch up, and I fell asleep. It was late.
Oh no.
Well, what do you think? Tearjerker or not a tearjerker for The Last of Us?
Especially the last 5 minutes.
Oh my! Especially the last 5 minutes.
Kamaria says cry.
Oh, you're gonna cry, Kamaria. Be ready. And the behind the scenes will make you cry too.
If you don't cry, you don't have a soul.
Or you're terribly emotionally broken. One or the other.
What is your soul? All right, so that's cool. It's a couple stuff. Now, I got some movie news. I didn't even tell you what I was gonna bring up before the show, so you'd be ready. But let's talk about this. Christian Bale is rumored to return as the Batman in the DCU. I
have a feeling that you really like this.
I don't care.
I love this.
I knew it because you are never remotely giddy about DC news, but your face was glowing more than that cream that Kamaria uses on you, and I knew it.
This is wonderful news to me. All right, so what it is
well,
with
which
this?
Batman is it going to be? Is it going to be
The Dark Knight trilogy Batman?
Right, but at what point in his timeline? Because he walked away.
Oh,
from
after
Batman at the end.
like it's a continuation. So
No, he's not Batman anymore.
Right, but he'll come back as Batman because remember in this movie
But
the
why?
Bat family is already going to be established. So there's
Yeah, but
probably
why
going to
would
be
he
a chunk
come
of.
back?
Well, that's what we're going to find out. That's what we got to get the movies.
Nah.
I was gonna
Why
say,
you-
you know, well, okay, he also could be an alternate reality Batman, by the way,
And if we're going to bring
could-
him back,
he
we have
could
to bring
be.
Mike,
or he can be new DCU Batman.
if we're bringing him
After
back, we got to bring
Flashpoint.
back Michael Caine.
Oh, if we're lucky, yeah.
Well, I'm saying that to me, it'll ring hollow otherwise.
Keep talking. 'cause-
And
Well,
then you
it's
can
already-
kill
I was
off
gonna say,
Alfred like in the comics.
Like Daredevil is ringing hollow for me because we don't have Karen.
Yeah.
So, all right. So let's follow what this is. Grace Randolph was the first to say something about this. She put up 3 pictures of Val Kilmer Batman, George Clooney Batman, and Christian Bale Batman. And she said she heard from her source that one of these 3 Batman will make a cameo at the end of The Flash, insinuating, and from that
Sweet,
point
Val
on,
Kilmer's coming back.
so moving forward, and he would be the Batman for the Brave and the Bold, continuing off the Talia al Ghul story from the 3rd one, and that's why he has Dane.
Oh, that's right, because Talia's
Yeah.
kid could be born in an artificial womb.
Yeah,
You know,
so
but
that could.
but I don't like that, and I'll tell you why. I'd rather this just be an effect of Flashpoint that he's now Batman, and leave that trilogy in its own universe.
Yes.
Because that is too real world grounded for the crazy shit that is Ra's al Ghul, Lazarus Pit, magic, Superman. It's too much. I'd rather
Not even that. It's complete. It's a complete story.
yes.
Don't start pulling the threads out.
You know, and then what do we do? Is Anne Hathaway going to be Catwoman? Did she die in Paris? Like, I'd rather it just be that, like, it's like a little bit like Flashpoint. It's Flashpointing, where we get bits and pieces of the multiverse come together for our new DCU, right? So Aquaman is still Aquaman, but oh my God, Batman's a different dude. And
And plus,
Superman's
if you bring
somebody-
that Batman back, you can never have Joker again.
That was another thing I was thinking of. I was like, if it's in the same universe, but if you did a different universe, you could
it's
have
got to
another-
be a different universe. It will not work for me. It'll be sour grapes for me.
Let me put it to you this way: after all that hoopla of how they're gonna do all this great stuff going forward, if they do this muddies the waters enough to fuck DC again.
Unless it's
don't even
great.
don't even touch it. Get somebody new and start over.
Again, I personally vote for that.
Okay, Phil, what do you think?
Also, I'm
You know,
tired
I
of
think
old Batman.
it would be cool. You know, he was a good Batman. Even if he got another movie, it's really going to depend on, is it like a good movie? That's really what it's going to depend on. And it's also like just like a rumor right now, so could it get confirmed?
Yeah. Well, I didn't get confirmed yet. What she said in the post is that one of these three, well, a Batman from past Batman movies is going to appear at the end of the Flash. Before it had Michael Keaton and the new Supergirl at the end, but they were taken out.
Okay.
And now the new cameo is one of these three Batman. And of course, like Val Kilmer, we know that, for reasons he wouldn't be there. James Gunn has actually come out and said that George Clooney absolutely not is returning as Batman. So, and then she wrote in her next comment, it's one of these three.
All
So
right,
that only leaves Christian Bale.
That only leaves Christian Bale.
I mean, if you're going to bring a Batman back, Michael Keaton's the one to bring back.
I want him back for a Batman Beyond movie, not as much as being the Batman. Like, if you want to jump forward and do a Batman Beyond movie, that's fine with me. But as far as the current DCU, like, I feel like we haven't gotten Batman in the DCU. Anyway, Ben Affleck Batman was good. He got good action scenes, but like, you know how Robert Pattinson's Batman brings in the detective aspect and all that other stuff. We haven't seen that kind of a Batman in the DCU, and I want to see action. I'm thinking The Brave and the Bold, that's what it's going to be. It's going to be action. So, we'll see. We'll see. Talk about some other movie news. Why one Avatar star was pleased with smaller role in original movie. Why Avatar star Joel David Moore was pleased with his smaller role in original movie despite its massive production. Okay, that's not really breaking. Did you guys see the new Fast trailer?
I'm not. Is it
I'm
good?
not.
You have not. Huh. Well, perhaps we should watch it right now without the sound.
Can we?
Yep. Without the sound, we can watch trailers.
Wait a second. Why can't we watch a trailer?
We can watch trailers.
No, I can't watch. Well, I guess because of music or something. Who knows?
Yeah, you can't.
I thought trailers were exempt because, they're designed for advertising.
As long as you do something to it. But like DC's being a real thing right now, so a lot of other ones are being like that.
Yeah, it'll be on Super Bowl. I'm not worried about it.
Yeah.
And then I'll watch it again afterward.
I heard Jason Momoa's the villain.
Actually,
I mean, how many? All right.
So what it is basically the drug dealer that they killed in 5. This is his son coming back. His son is back, and Jason Momoa plays his son. And supposedly he's been setting up all this stuff for the last 4 movies.
We're talking about the Mexican guy, where they did the stuff on the
Yeah.
Jason Momoa is not Hispanic. Doesn't look.
What's with all the Paul Walker shots?
Because he's what? Don't you remember at the end of 9? At the end of 9, he drives in while they're having their dinner.
Oh my God, are they using his brother the whole time? Are they using his real life brother to do this?
No. Those shots were from the 5th movie.
Oh, do you think I can remember these movies?
No, they're using his brother as a body double.
Huh?
Right, I'm saying,
double, and then they're CGing him over his brothers, from what I heard.
Okay, that makes
maybe, but as far as this trailer though, they're
on the moon. They're actually in space again.
Is this it? I think this isn't it, guys.
Yeah, it is.
I think this is something.
No. This is all sorts of weird stuff. It can't be it.
This is from last year. Yeah, I'm sorry. I got you all gassed.
I'm sitting here, I don't understand. What is up with Paul Walker?
I'm so sorry. But they do show clips from where is this freaking trailer?
I mean, it's right down there. There it is, right there. Jason Momoa's face.
No, that's 2022.
Uh,
Go back up. Go back up. Underneath the one that you had. Right there. Right there. The one with Tom Holland. Oh, that's 2022
No, this
as
is
well.
2022.
Well, the teaser.
I just
right
saw
there.
it today.
2023 is a teaser.
wait, what's that?
Go.
Ah.
Hold on here.
You were so
We'll
prepared
find
for
it.
Batman nonsense that you forgot to do this one.
I thought you guys saw the trailer.
I mean, you know, I don't care.
Oh, I'll go see it. These are fun popcorn movies. I know I'm going in for ridiculousness, and I'm fine with that.
There we go. Okay. Here you go. So sorry.
Oh my God, they got Rita Moreno?
Make it big.
Yeah, she's the grandmother.
Make it big. There you go.
It is big.
Big now.
Got a little lag over here. I'm sorry. Wait a minute, what is this? We got to skip this. This isn't the movie.
It's an ad for a little minigun.
Come on. There we go. Yeah, so she's playing the grandmother. And
how many times are they going to destroy that car?
I'm guessing one more since this is number 10.
there's this.
And that kid got old real quick and is suddenly black.
Mm-hmm.
He wasn't black in the last movie.
Was he? You sure about that?
No, he had like kind of orangey blonde hair. And it was long down to here, remember?
Oh, they in what is that? Rio de Janeiro?
That's 5. He was there at these events. That's what they're trying to say. The son.
I mean, why?
Like at that event, he was there. And he just
he does not read Hispanic. I don't buy it.
Are we talking about Jason Momoa?
Yes.
I mean, you know, he's brown and tan.
Yeah.
You only have to be mixed.
Yeah, they could say his mother is Hawaiian or something like that.
I don't buy it. But I also don't buy John Cena as his brother, so that felt crowbarred in.
So, what was that other character?
So what's her name's not in this then?
Who? Gal?
No. Charlize Theron.
Hang on to your horses.
Or she's back. she's paying for this guy probably.
Pretty much everybody's back.
Except for The Rock.
Except for The Rock.
And it's the dumbest feud ever. And the 2 Cuban guys aren't back, right? Didn't they die in the last one?
I'm not sure. I
know they showed up.
Remembering fast movies. Let's race for family.
I mean, come on.
All right, let's not act like these movies haven't been ridiculous since they come into play.
The first one is the least ridiculous.
Trust me, I'm gonna enjoy it. I'm gonna go see it. Brie Larson's in it. Great.
Yeah.
I'm gonna enjoy it. I will go see it because I go see all of them. But in the last one, I was doing that the whole time. Like, oh, come on.
It's a super successful franchise to get 10, and it's run for like 20 years now, like 20.
It's $1 billion movie right here. I feel like they're showing too much in the trailer, though.
You can miss more.
Oh, come on. They know they just want everybody brought in. That was a good trailer, even though you guys are still watching it.
No, there's stuff they haven't shown yet. You know there is.
This is like a pretty epic trailer.
Yeah. And then, of course, there she is. Charlize.
I love how this is like the beginning of the end is here, or the beginning of the end of the road.
Of course, they're both wearing white while they fight too, right?
Well, they're in a lab for some crazy reason.
Yeah, but they could be wearing any color.
You know what? What if they send them both to space?
They were in space in the last one.
But I heard that space is involved again.
Oh, well, it has to be. You can't go to space and then not go to space in the next one.
So
Yeah.
that could be them in a NASA laboratory starting a fight while the NASA staff is like, no, what are you doing?
Maybe.
You know, and then of course they have to get over themselves because we're going to space
For family.
No. The driving and the guns are for family. For space is the plot of the movie. Just to.
I'm down for it. I love these movies. I know they're stupid, but I enjoy them. The dialogue is really ridiculous.
They put some logic behind it when they do these things, and I'm like,
everything. I will say this: everything's contained. Everything, whether you want to fully invest or believe it, it works within the universe. I think the John Cena storyline from the last one was fully crowbarred in. I was like, really? But at least you're like, okay, the timeline works and everything works.
Hey, there's super soldiers in their world now, thanks to.
Right.
Yeah. I'm happy that Jason Statham's back. That's good.
Jason Statham knows how to be a team player.
Yeah. Yeah, we got Statham back. We ain't got the Rock back. Cut that out of here.
I can't have a bigger name actor in my movie.
There's still a chance for a Rock to return though. Because this is two part, possibly 3-part ending to the Fast and Furious movies.
There's no way. It's Vin Diesel owns that property.
You never know. Like they could make up, and then it could happen.
I'm not saying it's impossible. I'm saying I'm not holding my breath.
Listen, The Rock has kind of taken a beating this year. And as someone who loves to talk about being humble, I think this was a humbling year for him. And his mom just had that car accident. Oh my God, I hope she's all right. But like she is all right. But like the last I checked, she was all right. But
well, what did he have come out this year?
Black Adam.
Black Adam.
And Black Adam was disastrous. And then all these stories came out about all the things that he kept manipulating, and then the movie does not do the numbers it needs to do at all. And then the new team comes in at WB, and guess what, buddy? We don't need you right now. Henry Cavill out, DC Universe reboot. So like this has been a very humbling year. A very humbling time for him.
Like he'll be okay.
No,
I'm sure there's gonna be a Jungle Cruise 2 coming out soon. Like,
yeah, he's gonna keep putting movies out. That's not.
But it's he'll come back to humble mode.
You're right though. This humbled him because he said what this is gonna be the beginning of the new hierarchy in the DC. He did all this promotional stuff and all that, and
then we find out stuff like, when you throw this event, you got to use my line of rum or tequila? Right. My line of rum has to be at the event. You want a producer credit on Super Pets. But you're not doing a press tour for Super Pets. So like all this stuff has come out that has cast an unpleasant light on him. Right. In the meantime, all this time, my love for him was growing watching Young Rock. And now I'm still watching it, and I'm like, you can do it, Rocky. You can do it. You can come back.
I gotta watch that show. I haven't watched that.
It's so wonderful. I love everybody on that show. I really do.
All right, Ant-Man Quantumania. Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantumania is this week, y'all.
Yeah.
Are we all going?
Are we excited? I hope so.
I am, because it's been last movie I saw was Avatar, so it is going to be nice to get to the theater to check out Ant-Man.
Yeah,
I'm excited that alone.
Yeah, I'm excited to see Jonathan Majors. I think he's finally going to make a villain that we can be like, okay, well, a villain that we haven't had in a long time. Anyway.
Oh no, I think I heard all the previews were like he's like a fantastic villain, like he's one of the best things in the movie.
Yeah, and this is just because I'm pretty sure I think this Kang is gonna die in this movie because there's like a million of them out there, and there'll be another Kang for the Avengers movie, I think.
Or Ant-Man will only think that he won.
But they said it's 2 amazing post-credit scenes, probably some of the best they've ever had.
Now, is one of them a
sorry.
holdover from Wakanda Forever?
No,
Also brand new then.
brand new. Supposed to really get people excited, like really, really dope stuff.
Which means that one of them has to be X-Men something.
I really don't think we're gonna see X-Men until after Secret Wars.
You might be right.
We're gonna see them in Deadpool.
No. I mean like his new team, like Feige's new X-Men team.
Oh yeah. But I definitely think we'll see.
I think we're gonna see tons of the Fox X-Men from here on out.
Remember, they are still under contract till
I know.
2025. I bet that they're gonna be our X-Men for Secret War.
So for Deadpool, it's supposed to start with Deadpool that the multiverse, like Deadpool kind of destroys the multiverse basically instead of the Marvel universe.
Mm-hmm.
And him and Wolverine are gonna go like buddy cop through it all, and then they'll end up like on Battle World or something like that, or the beginning of Avengers Kang Dynasty. And Patrick Stewart said he's on hold for coming back. Rumor is Anna Paquin has already signed on to come back. James Marsden's supposed to come back. They're really gonna, and then there's gonna be big. This is. I don't want to say like this is a great source, but so I won't say the source. But Chris Evans rumored to come back as Human Torch for a little bit.
I did hear that.
You know what I mean? So I think that would be pretty good. I think take everything. So when after Secret Wars is done, you got no more to deal with that, and you just start fresh.
I hope they call Jessica Alba. I really do. For Invisible Woman.
Oh
my God, how she is forgotten. Oh my Lord.
I would assume she'll be down for it.
I'm sure she's just like, give me some good shit to work with in the Marvel Universe.
That's why I kind of wanted like the Mr. Fantastic and Multiverse of Madness. I wanted that to be the Fox one, so that he gets ripped up and destroyed. You know what I mean? I didn't want the John Krasinski one because nobody really,
Why? It could still be John Krasinski.
Because people want those Fantastic Four movies were, hey, that'd be a funny way to be like, get him out of here. Oh, and the rumor is for Kang Dynasty, the multiverse 838 universe. There's one survivor from the 838 universe. It's a Iron Man variant that wants revenge on the 616 for what happened to his multiverse.
So it's Arnold. So they'll make it Arnold. They'll twist it and make it Arnold.
Could be that. Tom. Oh, and there's rumor that Robert Downey Jr. would play that variant. So, although I would take Tom Cruise for a nice little change. I mean, I think he'd be a great variant for one movie, not for like multiple movies.
I'm good on that.
Wait a second. Earth 838 is the one with the Illuminati from Multiverse of Madness.
Yeah. Remember, they had the Ultron bots there and all that were created by Iron Man, but he wasn't there.
So, and Iron Man wasn't part of that Illuminati?
He was part of that. He just wasn't there.
He just wasn't present.
Yeah. So he's going to seek revenge. Yeah.
But he's not. He's the only surviving hero of that world.
No, the only surviving member of the Illuminati.
Okay, but not the only survivor of the world.
Right.
Okay.
As far as what movie it's going to be in or stuff like that, I would think Avengers, but I'm going to think it's going to be more of Doctor Strange 3. I would think. So it would link them together, like he's kind of going after Doctor Strange.
I don't know. Yeah. That's I hope they don't do that. That's very hollow for me. You know, like what's he gonna do? Oh, your Wanda's dead. You know, like your Wanda killed all my friends. You know.
Yeah, and then another thing is that Kang is the one that wrote the Darkhold in every universe.
That's horrible. Oh my God. What's up, Angel?
Share your feelings.
Yo,
Let them flow.
The things you are saying would be written by a 10-year-old. You know?
Have you watched Phase 4?
Whoa.
Okay, Phase
Whoa,
4
whoa,
is
whoa.
not a bad thing. This was you just named like the worst things. Like I will
It's not
check
shocking that they would do this.
that Kang would write the Darkhold.
Yeah.
That's insane.
Why wouldn't he?
Kang is not a magic type villain. He's
Thank you.
science and he's super science. He is a Reed Richards type villain. Not at least if it were Dr. Doom, I could be like, well, Doom loves to dabble in magic. There's history there.
Doom!
You know, Doom was raised by gypsies. There's a whole thing going on there for Doom. You know, unless they want to do, you know, otherwise it just doesn't make sense. And
Angel says, I hate the Kang Darkhold rumor leak. Yeah, I mean, I'm not a super fan of it.
it's terrible.
Either. There's just a lot of rumors going around right now. You know,
I hope that's one of the BS ones just to get people like confused because like that's not exciting. That's upsetting. I'm still mad about dream walking. I'm still mad that all your dreams are an alternate universe you. That's a line. That's a line that they have to undo or just pretend never happened or just they got to do away with that.
Mm-hmm. All right, so this is where we usually check the box office, but guess what? There's no data. They've got no data yet. So maybe tomorrow we'll get a quick little 5 seconds to look at it, but there's no data.
Avatar's number one.
Huh?
Avatar's number one.
Probably.
Megan's still in the top 10.
Probably. And Puss in Boots.
is like number 4.
So, Cliff, take us into our main topic of the day.
Oh my goodness. Time. Where am I? Here I am.
All right.
There we go.
Yes.
Let's do the silent mode trailer. But Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade.
This movie, I love this movie. I didn't
Best
realize
one.
how much I love this movie until I watched it again. You know what I mean? So,
All the Indiana Jones.
By the
like,
way,
you don't really gotta
is this the real trailer, Cliff?
Yeah.
You have to. No, because it said loop there.
What do you mean?
Because I don't want to
real
get
trailer.
flagged. I don't want to get flagged again.
It's the real trailer.
Okay.
And also, I was streaming the last time from like Prime, so like that ruined everything.
Who is this on YouTube?
No, there's not.
Brody!
Oh, IMDb. Okay. So yeah, this is part 3. This came out in 1988,
89, right?
89,
Right.
like 5-6 years after Temple of Doom. And I thought he didn't miss a beat as Indiana Jones. That's usually a long time to wait to make a sequel. They have added his father, Henry Jones, Sean Connery. Strong addition to the cast. Marcus Brody has returned, and so has Sala. And I forget this actress's name. She was good in it as well.
She was all right.
Yeah. Like when I first watched the movie, it had me fooled. I didn't think she trashed her own room. You know what I mean? So,
Allison Duty.
Can I just point out that Tom Cruise is older now than John Connery was when this movie came out?
really?
He's got great
Yes.
genes for that for being 5'5". So
Sorry.
Yes. Be quiet.
So this movie is about Indiana Jones. They come. He's basically teaching in the beginning. If you want to keep like repeating the trailer, he gets somebody looking for the Grail, and the beginning of the movie is great. Let's start at the beginning of the movie. It has River Phoenix. Excellent performance. If you watch River Phoenix's performance, he is doing Harrison Ford's mannerisms.
Yep.
His things. I was like, oh, this guy.
and he kind of looks like him.
Yeah, and I was
really
like, oh,
And they do the joke with the whip.
Yeah, they do the
Yeah.
different-
how he got the little scar that's right
Yes.
there on his thing. It's so good.
Why he hates snakes?
What?
Yeah,
It's just
but-
a snake.
Angel says, I love this movie when I was a kid. This movie
Now,
was
I
just great.
wonder if the plan was to make that show or this 5-10 minutes at the beginning launched Young and Indiana Jones Chronicles.
I
It
think-
absolutely did.
But I think what happened was I don't know if it was before or after, but River Phoenix was not able to play the character.
Well, it was a TV series.
Yeah, he didn't want to get
Well,
involved
and
with
also,
that.
Yeah.
back then you were either a TV actor or a movie actor, and they're the 20s.
Yeah. If that would have happened nowadays, you'd see streaming in January, Indiana Jones Chronicles with River Phoenix.
Larry, you got to see this movie.
Larry said got the pass. He's got a pass on this. Larry, no, you can't pass on this, bro.
Well, he said he
This
never
is
saw it, so
This
he's
is the
gonna.
best one.
I can't imagine seeing 2 Indiana Jones movies
All right,
and then
yeah.
skipping
For
this.
some reason, all right, you gotta stop playing the Indiana Jones stuff.
Oh, really?
They took down our thing again.
But hey, this is the freaking trailer.
Maybe it's because you're on IMDb.
No, that doesn't make sense. Whatever.
Well, you were on IMDb last time.
No, last time was because I used Prime, and I'm certain of that. This I don't even.
Yeah, I don't see why there's a problem with IMDb because I used IMDb before.
I shouldn't have repeated. I should have closed it after we did the once through.
That's all right. I'm just checking to see if we put it back up. All right, we're still going on.
Anyway,
Yeah.
Stream was.
I mean,
last time they
opening
put us
scene
back
is
on,
important, though,
so-
because it comes back later. Remember when he runs to the house with the cross, and he runs in,
Yep.
and you don't know it's Connery at the time, but can you just hear the voice?
the Cross of Coronado.
Whatever. I mean, the
It
cross
belongs
is
to the
really,
museum.
the cross is really inconsequential so much as that he yells at him to talk to him in Latin as opposed to whatever he was saying, so that it's important because later he's going to need to know Latin.
They right? Yeah, okay. You needed to learn Latin to get through that test.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's true.
We also learned that Indy's mom died young.
Yep.
That she hid her illness from his dad, allegedly because she thought the importance of the Grail was the most important thing.
We get to see the dog, like River
Indiana.
Phoenix, when he walks into the house, and we learned that the dog was named Indiana.
We named the dog Indiana.
Henry Jones Jr.
Junior, stop calling me that.
Like it's your name,
Yeah.
Dr. Jones.
I do love the scene where Brody gets kidnapped in the Brody's already in the tank, and then Connery comes down and they have this little like, hey, how's it going on moment.
Wait, can we talk about Indiana Jones being a hoe bag? Because
How about him and his dad are Eskimo brothers?
yes, that too.
Can we-
But that's okay. She's a spy. She brought that on. I'm
Yeah,
talking
but-
about how
get
his
over it
classroom.
Really quickly, though.
We're going to come back to it, but can we just talk about how his classroom, the third movie, his classroom still filled with beautiful young women and a few guys.
Well, that's not his fault.
Oh
He
yeah, I'm sure it's not his fault.
Let
I'm
me put it,
sure.
he's not registering them for the class.
No, I know, but you know that class is popular, and then they're all clamoring for him like a bunch of fangirls and fanboys.
He
When
clearly doesn't enjoy it though, because when he's in that back room with all the crap, you can tell it's weighing on him.
Of course it bothers him because it's although there was nothing wrong with it back then, it was still frowned upon.
Nah.
But like hilarious. But then the fact that him and his father slept with the same woman.
So gross. And they get over it so quickly, like, yeah, well, whatever.
Well,
It's
because
like, I was
apparently
the
they're
next
both
guy.
bags and runs in the family.
But, I mean, I guess maybe you do that when you're on a you're on a blimp traveling.
They had time to have some drinks.
That was
You know
fun.
what kind of upset me a little bit he's so upset when he really thinks that Indy is dead for a moment
Yeah.
that he's like, all I needed was 5 minutes to talk to my son. And then Indy's back. And then we never see that 5 minutes. We have no idea if that 5 minutes ever
Well,
happened.
but they're also back in the midst of trying to track down it. But no, I hear you. I think that's that's kind of a trope where someone dies and then they show up behind everybody. But I think that's one of the better ones I've seen. Because he just kind of looks over the cliff like, what are we looking at?
That whole tank scene is like one of my favorite parts of the movie.
Yeah.
It's very, very Indiana Jones. That, and even like the circus train at the beginning, it's so Indiana Jones, like all through it.
Yep.
But yeah, I was gonna say that the whole thing with the tank is great, especially when Brody like emerges and he's like trying to save him, so he just kicks him off the back of the tank.
Well, no, even before that, remember he says, "How does one get off something like this?" And then gets kicked off. Yeah.
Yep. It was
Where's
great.
Brody?
So good.
The pen, see, indeed, the pen is mightier than the sword.
Yeah. How about the scene where he's got the diary?
Oh, they
And
did
he
put
runs
us back.
into Hitler, and then Hitler's
Yeah,
autograph
we're back.
for him.
Yeah, that was a classic scene right there. Like, I can't
completely
imagine,
forgot
like,
about that part.
can you imagine, like I know it's all fake, right?
Mm-hmm.
But being there to film that, it'll probably give me the chills and shivers, man.
Which part?
Like-
Which part specifically?
When they're at the book burning thing with all the Nazis.
Oh
and,
yeah,
and all-
that'd be super creepy. Yeah.
Oh my God, can you imagine filming that? Like crazy.
That's not even it for me. How about you're an actor sitting at home and your agent calls you and goes, "Hey, they're looking for a Hitler. You want to play it?"
Right?
Yeah, all right.
Well, if you're hungry enough, you take it.
I guess.
Yeah, but there's probably something like you want to play Hitler in the Indiana Jones movie. That's like a
Right,
little
you
bit
hear
of
Indiana
that.
Jones, you're like, well,
It's like Steven Spielberg wants you to do. Okay, wait.
That's true too. I didn't think of that. That's true.
by the way,
Yeah.
Denholm Elliott is also in the Michael Caine movie I talked about a few weeks ago. Oh my God, why is this escaping me? And I love it, and it's got Christopher Reeve.
About time.
No. With
The one you talked about a couple weeks ago.
yeah, Death Trap. He's in Death Trap with them. He's Michael Caine's like whatever a novelist uses, a manager or whatever. I can't think of the word. Right?
Publicist, something like that.
Publicist. Thank you. So he's Michael Caine's publicist in that movie, and I love it because Michael Caine not only got to work with Christopher Reeve, but then became Alfred.
Mm-hmm.
We got all sorts of nice little connections here.
I love these little black and white pics that you always see.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
They're pretty cool. Look how young they are, man. Wow.
They look exactly the same though.
I can just reach it.
You know what's so ridiculous?
You have to
Is
let it go,
that-
son.
The girl
Yeah.
just dies trying to reach it, right?
Yeah.
And then he gets mesmerized by it too. And I'm like, this is a weird tick.
How many
It
people
happened.
die in Lord of the Rings trying to get the ring?
Yeah.
Right, but the
Put your hands on it, you
ring,
don't wanna
ring
give it
has
up.
a history of luring you, you know?
How do you know
Yeah.
that I think that's the point. Is this is it's within reach, and you know they're trying to get to something like this, their whole life, and it's right there.
It's actually like a really like remember how he did like I didn't tell him anything, and when he thought he was dead, it's like he killed him like everything when he just called him Indiana. Let it go.
Yeah.
Like that was everything that
Mhm.
his dad needed to say right there. Like
Because his dad never called him Indiana.
yeah, it was always Junior.
Yeah. The Cross of Coronado.
Yep. As an
It belongs in a museum.
How about the scene where they're in the library to get to the tomb? And
Yeah.
he's smashing the thing in the other room. The guy's stamping the library books. And
That's hilarious. Like, dude. That is hilarious. This scene, I love this scene too.
I love that too.
He's
Yeah,
like, I remember
airplane.
my Charlemagne. Let my
It's
armies
us.
be the rocks and the rocks and
The mountains, the
and the
rivers, the birds.
birds in the sky. Emma, that scene where Let me pull up the picture. Right here, where Indy it stars that he's dead, and the way Sean Connery hugs him, and just the face that Indy makes, like a little kid, like he's so happy that his dad is hugging him, and like little parts like that will make this movie great for me.
I told you no camos, and what do you bring back?
Oh no, but he's saying I brought the camels for my brother's car.
Right, I know.
Yeah, I thought that was so great because they totaled his brother-in-law's car. He's like, I need the camels to replace. Yo, Salah's great.
This is great. That scene's great too, where he's about to get smashed in the rocks, and only because the guy gets shot inside the tank does he make it. It's complete.
Yeah. This scene was great. The fire scene.
The fire scene with the secret door.
Yeah.
And it goes around and it's like all those Nazis in that war room. Like our situation hasn't improved.
When they come around.
Staircase too.
Yeah.
That's much more.
What's that scene again? His outfit's a little different, is it not?
He has a tie on in this one. That's about it.
Yeah.
Is that what makes it? Okay.
Do you know what I thought
How
was
about-
interesting? That his outfit is inspired by the guy he tried to thwart in the cave.
Yes.
Young
I did know.
Indy?
Yeah.
That's great. Because the guy gave him his hat, remember?
Yes.
No,
Yeah.
But somehow
that's a
didn't
cool
get beat
part
up
too,
in
where
the
he's like,
third
you lost today, but that doesn't mean you have to like it.
Yeah.
The guy really respected him. He's like, look, kid, you got moxie, but just stop. Like,
How about after the cliff scene where they're all walking away and he's kind of on the ground, all of a sudden the hat just rolls in, like
yes.
you're like, all right, I'll let it go, but come on.
Yeah, I felt so bad when they were just sending dudes to their death to try and solve this puzzle.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
I thought they were great little puzzles, man. I didn't like the kneel part though, like you know to kneel, but how do you know to do the flip too? You know what I mean? Like
Well,
I was like, that's a little extra. The Jehovah starts with an I.
Yep, because
That's-
Latin.
Yeah, that's a dope one.
Okay.
And then the walk of the walk of faith.
mm-hmm.
Yeah.
that he then throws the dust back on, so I don't have to do
Yeah.
it twice.
Like the bridge was always there. It's just you
Right.
couldn't see it because of the camouflage of it.
Right.
And I thought that
I
was
will say
pretty good.
this. I mean, the practical effects, of which there are a few in this movie, that's the one that looked a little wonky, but I'm like, it's 80s. I love this movie. I'm letting it go.
Yeah.
Because you can see the blue or green screen, whatever color it would have been back then.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I was gonna say there's a lot of scenes where I could like detect the green screen use, and I was like, okay.
Exactly. I'm letting it go.
Yeah.
And then I watched it on Paramount, so it's the updated version. So I can just imagine watching the old school version. Like,
Oh, I watched it on Prime.
I also watched it on Prime, yeah. So
I watched it on Laserdisc. It was great.
I was gonna say,
Did you have to flip it halfway through?
No, this is a 3-disc, so it'll flip automatic, but the 3rd disc you got to get up and change it.
Oh, nice.
this was a funny scene.
There was.
He takes the Mercedes Benz.
Yeah. I
He's
even
talking
like
about
the
like
color.
a gearhead. He's talking about, listing it off like a gearhead, like he's on Top Gear. It's like, it's got this and this and this and this.
and I always enjoyed the villain's rationale in these movies. And I guess what I'm talking about is this one and the first one, right? There's always excuses for working with the Nazis, you know?
Yeah.
The Nazis are just the means to the end. You know, the Nazis just want Hitler just wants his name attached to this. I want the artifact. You know? I'll taste its power. And by the way, Indy and his dad should have longevity after drinking from the cup.
Once you pass the seal, it doesn't work anymore.
The cup doesn't work.
No,
The cup doesn't work
infinite
anymore.
life doesn't work anymore. Longevity does because the two brothers lived to 150.
You are correct.
So Indy and his dad easily could have lived to 150 for as far as we know. And if they left it alone at that movie, we would never have to think about it. Just go, wow, they must have had a long life. How nice. They probably banged a few more broads together. And
I think the problem with doing the fourth one is that it's like 20 years later, or 30 years later, right? Or was it 20?
20 probably.
It's like
This
20
is
years
the
later.
40s.
And I feel like
this is still the 30s, the late 30s, this one.
This is 1938.
You're right.
Yeah. Because they're in the middle of World War II.
Well, yeah.
And the fourth one, like, I just feel like, I don't know. I feel like these movies are for a certain time and a certain era. And if you don't sit down and really make it about that time and era, the way it looks, feels, it's not going to feel right. Like, because movies, the way we watch movies has evolved throughout the years. And the way we see a movie nowadays, it's not the same we see movies back then. And I kind of like they almost try to stick to the same thing they did. And I don't think you can do that.
I would have preferred if they stuck to the same thing they did. They
did.
Actually, no, because like that, it went off the rails. It went off the rails. I mean, it's like they tried to recapture a lot of things, which did work. But like the overall plot, it was like, why did you have to get into aliens and stuff? Like,
yeah, that was a bit much. I could see why though. That was a time of, you know, alien.
That was like the science.
I can see why.
And stuff.
Yeah, I don't have a problem with the alien part. It's just like you said, like, do it better.
Right. It did. No, the execution was just not
great. You know what I mean?
You know.
Yeah. Let's see other pictures. Harrison Ford, one of the greatest of our time.
I mean, I'm not going to go on about him, but he was much more handsome than I remember.
You know, maybe he chooses his look to be anti of the guy that he meets at the beginning. Like that guy, he's clearly doing his own thing, being selfish, stealing antiquities. So I'm going to do the exact opposite, but I'm wearing his uniform to right the ship.
Mm-hmm.
But also, the guy had some influence on him.
Mm-hmm.
No, you could, right.
Yeah, I think it's worth noting that, you know, the guy had an influence, you know? He's like, it's, you know, because the guy's sympathetic to him. When he pulls him out of the lion cage on the train, he's like, kid, like, you know, kid, like, you've got a lot of spirit, but give it up, right? Mm-hmm. And he doesn't. And then in the house, when he loses, when everyone is against him, and it's like, that's not your property, right? That's this dude's property. And he's like, look, you didn't win, kid, but you don't have to like it. Like, the guy, like, there was a good rapport between the two of them. And for two people who just met and were chasing after each other.
I also did laugh when I'm watching that opening scene. I'm like, can you imagine being a Boy Scout and having to wear that much, you know, wool and canvas everywhere? You know, you're just going for a camping trip and you got to put on all this crap in the middle of the desert.
Do we have anyone alive that we can ask about that?
I was a Boy Scout for a while.
I was too, but we didn't have to wear that.
Right.
Yeah.
But, right. You guys technically had different uniforms for different things, right?
We had. I mean,
pretty much like one or maybe like a long sleeve shirt and a short sleeve shirt, but that was about it.
I mean, and if you wanted to get those green pants, you could get them, but it wasn't required.
Yeah, I didn't have that hat. Like, that hat was definitely not part of my Scout uniform.
No.
Are these the Boy Scouts or the Cub Scouts?
No, they're Boy Scouts.
But that's also like, you know, the 30s Boy Scouts would be probably a lot different than.
Mm-hmm. Punching Nazis. Gotta love it.
That's the first one.
I'm so sad that River Phoenix passed away so young. I think it would have been great if he had been alive to play Indy's son.
Why exactly does he keep going back to this chick? She clearly betrayed him a couple of times now. And at the end, he's still like...
Oh, at the end? No, because remember...
Was it that good?
He kind of senses some kind of good in her. Because remember they were in Berlin, and he was like, all I got to do is squeeze. And she's
And
like,
she says, all I gotta do is scream.
scream, and she kind of lets him go with the book.
So
So
what?
there's like a little bit of like, okay, maybe there's hope for her.
And then she ends up with the bad guy at the end again.
Yeah, and she was crying when the books were being burned.
No, but she also betrays the villain at the end. She tells him to go.
Because she wants the Grail. It has nothing to do with Indy.
Yeah.
It's all about her the whole time.
I don't know. She gave Indy the look when she told the guy to pick that Grail.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Well,
like
clearly
she helps
she's
Indy
taking
at that
him out.
point, but
Yeah. No, I know overall she wants it. I mean, I get it. I just feel like she was not truly evil, you know? Like she wasn't a clean cut villain, you know? Like
No, I get. I'm
She caught a nicer
fine with
Indiana
that. I
Jones
just
death
don't-
at the end.
yeah.
She didn't get eaten by anything.
right, she's
like-
actually upset. When Indy's dad gets shot, she's genuinely upset, you know?
Mhm.
I don't know. People have weird relationships, weird chemistries, you know? So, like, I don't feel like it's impossible because, you know, stuff like that happens, you know? And look at all of
Yeah.
our friends. They love toxic relationships. So, there you go. I mean, not all of them, but like every other one. And
So this guy was in this room for 900 years, bro.
700 years.
700 years.
Yes.
Jeez. That's wild.
Because he felt it was his job to guard it. And he genuinely believed another night would come. Never imagined what the world outside would be transforming into.
Mm-hmm. The cross, Coronado, the Holy Grail,
A carpenter's cup.
the cup of a carpenter.
Which here's the
Mhm.
thing with that. Okay, I'm okay with it. I'll let it go because it's a movie, whatever. But that has nothing to do with it, because the cup would have been from the restaurant that they were at for the Last Supper.
Right.
The
But
But
restaurant
there's a
would have
story
to be
that cup caught the blood of Christ. That's what makes it so powerful.
right.
you see
so
on the-
Jesus
when it's like-
made
but wait, hold on. His point, Ronaldo's point is, you know, it would be the cup from the restaurant, but it would not be unlikely that the restaurant would use a cup like this. And the additional point that I recall from childhood and all the hubbub about this movie is that wherever they were when they had the Last Supper, Jesus would have chosen the most humble mug, the most humble cup there.
I'm good with that. I don't dispute that.
Yeah.
But the fact that he's a carpenter has nothing to do with what this cup looked like or why he would have chosen it. That's my
Well,
point.
the sense is that he was a carpenter, and most carpenters were poor
Who cares? That has nothing to do with what
because
cup
all
was
the
in
other
that
cups,
place.
all the other cups were cups that were.
If I'm a homeless person and I somehow get myself in the nicest restaurant in the world, I'm going to get a shitty Dixie cup to drink out of? No, they're going to bring me a glass
No.
chalice.
No, but
That's
like
my
with the
point.
story with the end of they were poor, the apostles. So all the other cups that they had in the
Right,
cave,
but it's
but wait,
not
all the other cups that they had in the cave were cups that kings would have, like princes
Correct.
and jewels.
correct.
So the
That
most
still
obvious
doesn't-
thing would be like, what kind of cup would poor people be drinking out of, basically? And that's why it's the most plain
Has-
of the cup.
Poor, rich, whatever. It has nothing to do with the disciples or Jesus. It has everything to do with the place where they ate the food. That place would have supplied the cup, not the disciples, not Jesus.
No, they didn't have it at a restaurant.
They had it at an inn or the bottom part of someone's house.
Well, they had it in the attic.
And
And then they went out and bought the supplies.
Okay,
You know what I mean?
I don't know.
So,
I just
but for the movie, that's why they did that, because he wouldn't have that famous cup.
oh,
that
I get
everybody-
that. I
you know
don't
what I mean?
dispute that, but
Yeah.
to say that this is a carpenter's cup to me was like, yeah, whatever.
Well, I think anyhow, the point of that is although the execution does not work for you, the point was for him to choose
The not
The most-
obvious choice. Yeah,
right the most
And I'm
humbling,
okay
right?
with that.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And I'm okay with it too.
I'm
It's
okay
just-
with that.
It's a funny way he says it, but because I had watched so many interviews about this as a kid, that is something that stayed with me. Was like, oh, George Lucas or Steven Spielberg had every intention that like it would be the most humble cup, you know.
Mhm.
So I was like, you know, and considering it's two Jewish men who put this movie together.
Yeah, right.
Like good for them giving Jesus all that extra credit. And like,
yeah, like they go like from Raiders of the Lost Ark, they go like really extreme all the way over. Then they hit the voodoo stuff, and the next one like really evil. They're like, wait, no, we gotta bring this back. We gotta bring this back over here.
well, this is something that I'm fascinated with in the Indiana Jones universe, right? Is that all supernatural exist, right? So like, because various religions are involved with the followings and interpretations, it's a Muslim imam who translates that disc in the first movie, you know? So like all cultures like wheel in, and then the second movie where, you know, that whole village has a completely different, like, they have a whole different like Hindu system, and the Rock has something to do with it. The Rock from space. So anyhow, I'm just fascinated by how like it's one of these worlds where like, oh, everything you believe in is kind of correct. There you go.
All right, so that's our show for today. We want to thank everybody for joining us here in the Box Office News episode 24. Be sure to join us next week at 5 p.m. We haven't discussed what it's going to be about, but I'm
Might as well
sure
do number 4. Why not?
Do we want to do 4?
They might as well do 4.
I haven't seen 4 since it came out, so
I don't think I've ever actually sat down and watched it from beginning to end.
I think I saw it at the drive-in.
It's long.
Oh, and it's long. From what I've seen, I don't like it, and it's long.
Like you could have snipped a lot of things out of it and made it tighter, and it'd been like more fun. But
the Flash movie trailer.
It dropped.
Yeah, it comes out tonight, right? You get that at the Super Bowl.
But it just dropped. Should we do
dropped?
it? It just dropped.
I don't want to take the chance right now.
Ah.
I don't want to take the chance because they're kind of funny with us right now. So the algorithm. Thank you, YouTube. Thank you so much. Yes, Sansa. All right. So thank you guys for joining us. We'll be back tomorrow night at 8 p.m. for the new key and hot comic books of the week, where we go over all the new comic books that are coming out that you can go purchase on your new comic book day coming Wednesday. We are also on Instagram. Check us out there. I would say TikTok. I don't really mess with the TikTok anymore. If you guys notice, I'm not really uploading a lot of TikTok because I'm tired of this algorithm stuff. We're going to focus on a few things and get those popping, and then maybe we'll get that. So yeah, we'll be back tomorrow. Make sure you like and subscribe. If you're on Facebook, please jump over to the YouTubes and hit like, hit subscribe, tell your friends, share it with everybody, because we love you and we appreciate you. So for myself, for Cliff NY, for Phil, for Green Shirt Guy, that rhymes. We'll see you guys tomorrow, 8 p.m. or next week at 5 p.m. on Sunday. Have a good time at the Super Bowl. Have a good one. Go enjoy your wings and your beers and all that other stuff.
You know it.
Yeah, and go enjoy all that stuff. All right. We love you guys. From the Council of Comics, be safe out there. Peace.
Peace out.